1 Kings chapter 6. Man, oh man, what a passage. That passage of Scripture begins to tell us about Solomon, who's the son of David, who's now the second king in all of the nation of Israel, who's ruling over a united kingdom. And what I mean by that is the nation had once been divided before David was king in the north and the south. 10 tribes were split. David becomes king, and in the 7th year of David's reign, that nation comes together and is united. Talking about King David here for a minute, he had a special assignment from God, and that was to conquer the land and through conquest of the land to divide the land. I think you know, reading of the life and the accounts of David, that was a turbulent time. It was a time filled with skirmishes and war and bloodshed. Now all of a sudden, Solomon is chosen to be the next king over this united kingdom, and God begins to turn the nation from warfare to worship. And you say, Pastor John, where do you see that? Well, I see that when he tells David, you can't build the temple, but your son is going to build the temple. My Spirit's going to come and fill it. And then the nation of Israel and all the Jews from around the earth are going to come there and worship me at certain times of the year. God's heart was changing for the nation from warfare, now that they were firmly established, to worship of him, entertaining his presence. I love 1 Kings chapter 6 because it tells us that construction of that temple that Solomon was tasked with building began in the 4th year of Solomon's reign, and it took 7 years to build. Its completion was finished in the 11th year of Solomon's reign. There's an interesting nugget in there, and I don't know if you caught it, that God wouldn't let Solomon begin to build that temple for 4 whole years when he first became king. I was doing a little reading one day and studying throughout the pages of Scripture, and I also found over in 1 Kings chapter 1 that God said this to David. David, you can't build this temple because you've been a man of war. You've been a man of bloodshed. And the interesting fact is it took 4 years for those wars to subside, to die down, for there to be peace in the land before God would even release Solomon to begin to build something great for him centered around worship. Now you say, hey, that's cool, that's interesting. I love the Bible context and facts there, Pastor John, but what does that have to do with my life, my family, my marriage, my children today, my business associates today? Well, it has everything to do with it. Do you want to build something great in this earth? Do you want to see God bless something in this earth? Well, here's the answer, my friend. You got to quit fighting. You got to quit skirmishing. You got to quit struggling and having turbulence. What you need, my friend, is not more fighting, not more warfare. What you need is more worship. See, it's interesting that God said, I want to distance myself from that, and I want to build something great and supernatural that's centered around peace and joy and fulfillment. And it comes through a movement of worship. So I don't know if you have that time in your life where you sit and you worship, you spend time with God, and His presence and His peace fills your heart, fills your home, fills your family, and fills all your business dealings. But I'd encourage you to do that today, because that's where the presence of God is. That's where the blessing is. That's where the peace is. And you can really build something great there. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I trust you were inspired. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also click the notification bell. That way you don't miss a single upload of content that we put your way. Also, for those of you wishing to further support the ministry of Oaks Church, you'll find a giving link in the description of this video, and you can also visit our website, oakschurch.cc. Click the Give tab. It's your giving that makes this ministry possible. We thank you so much for it, and we look forward to connecting with you soon.